But what about your project, sir? What's going on
Yeah.
there? I've heard some magical things.
So definitely. So he goes by Rogers. You guys might know him in the community. He and some guys were doing the whole PLS NFT thing.
Mm,
If you remember that page, that branding, and it just wasn't really taking off until I kind of stepped in a little bit and was like, because like, look, there's a lot of low hanging fruit Richard talks about. Like you mentioned in exchange earlier, and Richard has talked about on stream things like go build exchanges, go build margin trading, go build, and he even mentioned like, it's not that difficult to do a OpenSea clone. Basically, you just have servers hosting the images, right? And so it's like, all right, that's low hanging fruit. So he inspires through his streams. Like, who doesn't get inspired by that man? And then Rogers was also inspired. He was at London, sat next to him, and I think he was telling him like, "Yo, I want to do some NFT stuff." And Richard was like, "Why don't you do an NFT marketplace instead?" And so, it's inspired from the man himself. For those you
yeah.
little haters out there, um, and yeah, if we both had the same inspiration, we both had the same ideas, came together on just a call, and during that first call, it kind of made sense. Like, oh, you guys kind of have what I need, what I want. I have what you guys need, what we want. Let's collaborate. Let's rebrand, make this something that actually gets traction, gets eyes, get people talking,
Right.
and let's actually build this NFT marketplace, load up the Pulse network, bring the NFT guys over. Like I can go down the list of benefits of like why we're doing this, but those are
Right.
two main ones, right? Like load up the Pulse network, which burns Pulse fees, and also onboard a ton of NFT guys over. As we know, NFTs are huge.
Right.
OpenSea is the biggest gas guzzler on Ethereum, has been for a while, and yeah, we know that Pulse scales with network effect. So
No, I mean, I think it's a great thing, regardless or not even which is like testament to them or a detriment to them.
mm,
Richard doesn't like them, but at the same time, like people want them, so you have to give the market what it wants, and it wants if it wants that place, you have to give them that. That's what it is. Especially how we have an L1 now, so and we're
mm-hmm.
trying to eat Ethereum's lunch basically. But
Basically,
I did like how you guys are forking looks token. If am I correct on that?
mm, it's not a fork, right? The whole that one tweet that'll haunt me forever. I'm forking OpenSea. That was just like marketing language. Like, how do I get the world to understand what I'm doing in
Right.
3 words? And it worked. But technically, like putting up new servers, new front end, like similar UI.
Yeah.
But you're right. More so closer to the model of something like Looks, where like OpenSea doesn't share their revenue with their users.
No, I mean
Looks does.
they're partially owned by Andreessen Horowitz.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, they're like they're the biggest VC in crypto, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh. Interesting.
yeah. A16Z is what they're called, but it's Andreessen Horowitz. It's like like A16Z is their crypto branch of themselves. They're a huge VC.
Interesting. So I guess you just gave me a new little pitch for Mintra. Like no VCs here. Well,
Yeah,
yet.
no V. If you want some stuff, you have a vulture capitalist. Yeah, vulture capitalist. But no, they're. But yeah, but no, I do like that you went with that model, because I mean, I've personally had some friends that made millions off of the looks tokens and stuff like that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Millions.
they made off million, yeah,
I
millions.
thought I was cool selling that $7 top and making a few grand.
Well, they took profits. I think they took. I mean, I'm sick of it. Like I have a friend of mine who told me about it at like a dollar, like low dollars.
Yeah.
Like $1.12, something like that, basically.
Really.
And where they made a lot of their money was they took profits obviously when they went up high, but they made a ton of money off of the revenue distribution. The way
Oh,
it works,
right.
so they got paid out on a lot of wrapped Ethereum
Right.
from the
Right.
DEX. Yeah,
And I love the model of you get paid out in something that isn't the token, because as we know, like if you get paid out in the token, like that token will probably dip, and it'll have like constant sell pressure. And any yield token will have this constant sell pressure over time. So
right.
yeah, I like that. So they give out wrapped ETH, right? And something like Mintra will give out PLS to the stakers. So it's a play on accumulating PLS. It's basically copying the looks model that worked. Um, better fee than OpenSea. So instead of 2.5% on all NFT sales, it charges 2.25%.
Right.
Also like the idea of buy and burn, right? In the spirit of PulseX. So just like combining the best things of all these worlds and just making this Frankenstein NFT marketplace that hopefully does really well.
No, I think it will. I mean,
I think so.
hopefully, the only thing is what I think is like where you will have a leg up versus like the looks ecosystem is like if you can get if you actually because actually think you can actually really start this off because like one thing I always look for in terms of where my main thesis in terms of investing in tokens other than the tokenomics themselves is like I look into the founder and the team and stuff. So if I think you're a good person or I think you're competent or something, I'm like I'm bet like if I was like if you came out with a coin, I'm like Gerardo coin, yeah, I'll put some money on that. Sure, why not? I was like, Heronicon shit. I mean, obviously, I'll do a little more research than that, right?
Right.
How tall you are, how strong, the muscles, the important things, right?
Of course.
But of course, no. But when I originally was getting into Hex, like I was like, Richard's making the coin. All right, I'm in. That's it. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say. Like like if he would have made like a meme coin, I was like, I'm in. Let's go. Back in the day, yeah. But yeah. Shout out to Anorak. He's the NFT wizard. But it's a sort of thing where where looks just came out of nowhere, and it was really really shilled out. Like I knew about it pretty early on, just because a buddy of mine told me about that. All the major like NFT guys were kind of getting let in early into stuff into it, kind of on the down low. So it was going to be pushed hard, basically. So I was like, gotcha, got it. So where this is, I feel like a lot more like grassroots, which is important because this is what I look for in projects that I see I call them the hipsters basically, or like the cool guys or whoever's jumping into like the space. If I see like the power users and dudes who don't have a lot of money and then do have a lot of money, it's just the people who actually just want to use the stuff, not just like profit off it, but like use it. I watch a lot of those kind of people, and if I see that, right, and I see that with a lot of Hex people, like Hex, and I know a lot of Hexicans are going to be like doing everything they can to learn as much as they can about the Pulse chain ecosystem. People are playing the testnet. It gets me pretty excited for like the NFT side, especially if you pull. I think you're going to pull it off, and it can do really well, right? And that means sustained volume, because the looks volume, obviously, there's a lot of wash trading. To pump the volume up, so people are like, wow, and then now the volume is starting to go down, obviously. So so I feel like you can get a really good baseline, and then you have sustainable like volume, which is good.
I think what the looks guys did, they had this like hack, they threw this little hack in there where I think they forced their users to uplist an NFT to be able to claim their looks.
Let me try to think. Oh yeah. I think it was like certain ones of the top projects or something. Were
so
pretty much
they basically inflated the amount of like volume going through their thing and the amount of NFTs listed, which is smart, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's a good point you bring up, like the whole grassroots aspect of projects, like no VCs. Yeah, some good points you brought up there. Someone asked in the chat if Mintra will be deflationary, and I just have to answer that. Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yes,
will it be?
Yeah.
Oh, it will be. Nice. So because you said a burn feature, right? There's going to be a burn feature sort of with it, right?
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Okay. Go. So, I mean, from the sacrifice phase, I mean, because the sacrifice phase started this morning, right?
Started almost 12 hours ago.
Woo! No wonder you got no sleep, man.
It'll keep you up.
So after this, like, how long will it last? Is it going to be like more like the Pulse chain one, or is it going to be more like the PulseX one, a lot longer of a sacrifice phase?
It'll be short. No one likes long sacrifice phases. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but it's short. It started, like we said, 12 hours ago. It'll last until March 2nd, so 14 days.
That's good.
End of March 1st, the start of March 2nd. So 14 days where it's just a flat time bonding curve. The only bonding curve that's not flat during these 14 days is the volume bonding curve, where it's 1 to 2.5x. So whales can play their whale games, and you incentivize, obviously, bigger players coming in. And there's just a mechanism to choose who gets the supply, right? Like you have to choose somehow, and you don't want to give it to apathetic users who are just going to dump the crap out of your token because they don't have skin in the game. So that's the reasoning behind that. 100 points per USD equivalent. We're kind of playing with the unit regime a little bit. just to
Right.
not copy the typical 10,000x or the typical 10,000 points per USD. Because like
Right.
it's cool to have tokens that don't start at 0.00000. Like it's
Yeah.
nice, I think, to have one that maybe starts at a penny. Like,
Right, money,
you know?
yeah, like that was a huge one because I used to hate doing this back in the day. The price of hex is 10% of 10% of a penny, but which was like a bit much
Yeah,
sometimes. Like
a bit.
I was literally having a party when finally I was like, Jesus Christ, thank God I can call hex is a penny, 1.5 pennies, you guys, we did it.
It's at a good spot now where you can just say, oh, 20 cents. Is it 20 cents, by the way? I don't even know anymore.
It's like 19, 20 cents right now.
19. It's been there
19, 20
forever.
cents. Yeah,
Stable
I'm
coin.
telling. I mean, I just got off the phone. I've been telling some of my buddies and said, "Just buy some right now, dude. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, get some."
Yeah.
But
Typically
yeah,
when it just goes flat, like I remember a lot of just flat bottoms in hex. Like specifically the